Hello and welcome to the stream and the sound of rapid typing from one of our cast members. How is everyone doing today? Of the chat, welcome, 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 all of you. It's a pleasure to have you all here. It's a pleasure to have you all here, my lovely cast. Did you see that segue? That segue was fucking beautiful. Yeah, hi to all of you. How is everyone this week? Are we good?
Good.
I know
Good.
Chip's. I know Chip's pissed off, but
right.
yeah, it's only Chip. Doesn't really matter.
Fuck you!
Oh dear. So yes, let's have a whip round and talk to people and see how we've been doing in the last week since we last all were here in the snowy world of horrible things. So, person I know who has news because you have something ridiculously nerdy to share. Johnny, how was your week?
So this last weekend I went, because playing D&D on the internet wasn't nerdy enough, I went to go LARPing last weekend. A LARP called Empire. It's down near Birmingham Way. It's great fun. I'm a commander of 200 golems to go kill some orcs. It's going to be great. Yeah, it was awesome. I have staffs in the background.
Oh wow.
The spears aren't mine, the staff is.
Okay.
I play it.
You know, you're just
Mage.
storing spears for people.
Yeah. That's just how I roll.
Sounds like there should be laws against that. Just saying.
Yeah, no, I went with Jenny. I'll put a picture in the chat.
Aw. No, I've seen the pictures. You two look so ridiculously Hobbit-like. It's
We really do.
hilarious.
It's the camera angle. We look really short. We look a little bit hobbity, but
Yes. Well, I mean, Jenny is a Hobbit. It's just a fact.
this is true.
Yeah.
I'll put up the pictures.
Next.
Also, I'm back on gin and tonic this time.
Oh, good. No more special brew. You've.
No more special brew. I decided not.
Plussed up a
doing
little
that.
bit.
Yeah. I can't really drink on these anymore because I have to like stay up stupidly late and get up for, 9 to 5 job the next morning, which involves getting up at 7:30 in the morning for a commute. I'm gonna move on to someone else because I don't usually do my thing because I talk about myself all week. But fuck 7:30. No, that time was invented by Satan himself. And actually, no, not Satan. Satan's less fun cousin. No one wants to talk to at family gatherings. Fuck that guy. Rant done. Chip, you're next on my little Skype rotation. How are you? How has your week been?
My week's been okay. I'm finally back at university, although my course doesn't start until the 5th of October, so I'm essentially sitting around doing nothing because my housemate doesn't live here still yet. She's not home yet. And all my neighbours are ridiculous geeks and all they want to do is play League of Legends. So...
I mean, you could just play Heroes of the Storm all day with Joe.
Well, my boyfriend and I got a Nintendo 64, so I'm trying to beat his star count on Super Mario, and it's proving more difficult than I thought it would.
Yeah, okay.
So-
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Alright, let's prepare for the single syllable. Joe, how are you?
Good.
Good. Fantastic. Wonderful.
Actually, no.
Oh.
I have recently been on an anime hype, so
Yes.
any suggestions to watch will be appreciated because
Post
I
in chat.
don't know.
Whispering.
like the show
You-
we're watching, Joe.
Yeah, we've currently watched Steins Gate and Angel Beats, and me and my brother have just started watching The Melancholy of some Japanese name, and it's really weird.
It's fair. The show you should watch. Possibly not all of it, but maybe the first few episodes, the first arc. It's a show called Yakitake Japan. Because it is one of the more insane animes I've ever seen. I'll give you the premise.
Ridiculously insane.
No, it's probably not that insane. I'll just give you the premise. So it's about baking, and the main character's thing that makes him special is that he has solar hands. Hands that are so naturally warm that he ferments yeast when he needs dough, making him a natural baker. Just let that sink in. There's an episode where they make a donut that sends someone back in time to save his mother from dying in childbirth.
Yeah, you've told us. You need to finish The Devil as a Part-Timer.
Yeah, but Buffy! Finally, Jamie, how are you? But not last but not least, I should say. The root cause of all the problems of this week's session, though,
Me? What the fuck did I do?
You just built the device that's... Well, we'll
Oh,
get to that.
yeah. Look, I just set up the conditions. They set it off. It's like, I'm going to set a landmine here. Oh, you're going to tread on it? Okay. Whose fault is it really?
We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah,
How are
yeah.
you?
Yeah, not bad. I'm full of energy now. As Joe mentioned, I've joined him on his anime hype for a few excursions. Yeah, went a little bit late last night and decided to oversleep not only my driving lesson, but an hour of my shift. So, yeah, work was fun. But yes, I'm here now. This is what I've been looking forward to. So, yeah, let's do this. Just do it.
Fantastic. All right.
Make your dreams come true.
So, before we hop in, let's do a little summary of what happened last week, because I feel like that could be useful for people. So, the first thing that happened last week was midnight. You went to talk to Ella. What happened there? Up till, I suppose,
I
when...
can remember this shit. I need someone else to tell me what happened.
Ah, dear. Why do I have useless players?
You
Fine.
just have a useless female player.
It's okay. It's okay. Everyone understands you're just the diversity hire.
Oh, shut up.
Also, I've just realised why we have Skype all working, because we have one girl.
Yep.
We have
The single grill
definitively
theorem.
proved.
The single grill theorem holds
Grill
We
true.
have, we
theorem.
have 3 weeks in a row that's been exactly what's happened. It's proven.
Yep.
That's enough to establish a trend.
3 points. Yep, that's a graph on it. Yep.
It's a graph. I was about to drink that without putting any tonic water in.
Smooth. Probably unwise. Okay, so Chip doesn't remember. So I'll fill in that bit of backstory then. So Chip went to negotiate. Sorry, not Chip. Midnight went to negotiate with the mercenaries under the command of Ella on behalf of Tudor to basically try and convince them to either want less money or want money later because the town has no money. While there, Ella showed her first of all the dying body of Rourke, who's just kind of like hooked up to all the drugs they have and is slowly eking away. Then told her she was basically was full of shit and she wanted to get the hell out. And then basically tried to like say, you should totally come with me because you're not insane and you inspire loyalty and shit, and I find that cool. So, you know, abandon your weirdo boss and come with me. And then proceed to beat the shit out of you in a sparring match. And you got angry and listened to the voices in your head and then blacked out. So the next thing that happened, I guess we cut to... So, what happened to Stein last week, Jamie?
Okay, so sort of going on from previous sessions, Stein's having a progressively worse and worse time following on his first meeting of Rachel, this psychic entity that we don't fully understand, but she's a bitch that has it in pretty much everybody, but Stein's her new toy, and he's not sleeping. When he is awake, he's trying to help the townspeople. He's been trying to get freed back up in working order and still tinker with his engine. And he basically got to a stage where the static he hears when he interferes with the psychic maelstrom got to a stage where the static was so damn loud in his head. He could feel it, he can taste it, he's had enough. So he basically barges into Isaac's place to take back his headpiece, which has we haven't really confirmed whether it's a psychological need to have it or it's an actual frequency that his headset actually emits that calms the static slightly.
Yeah.
He attempts to lash out at Isaac to make himself feel better amongst anything, for lack of any other reason, which fails and gets Stein punched in the face. Rachel then basically lures Stein back to his lab to find, instead of freed in the bed that he left him in, we find a chopped up Ella. On top of that, Midnight then enters, holding Freed by his hair, and murders him in front of me. Rachel then reveals herself to have possessed Midnight into doing this, and Stein, whilst comforting Midnight to the best of his ability, is aware that people will be coming, people will know what has happened and who is responsible, and in his attempt to make everyone just go away and protect Midnight, he connects himself to via an adapter to this engine,
and through the medium of his like psychic amplifying headset, basically.
Yeah, basically, I tried to master the psychic maelstrom myself.
Yeah, with no
Tudor-
safety mechanisms in place, or if
No, none
anything
at all.
goes wrong. So, you know.
None at all. Basically, Tudor and Lux try to infiltrate and get Midnight out, whilst trying to persuade Stein to.
Well, actually, let's let these two take this a little bit.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. I've had enough.
Lux and Tudor, you guys were having a little conversation in the office, and then you got called away by David, Ella's sniper. Can you tell me how that played out, please?
We
Joe?
rocked up at the fight scene.
Mm-hmm.
We both investigated the scene in different ways to level up.
Grinding on the
Then
XP wheel.
Opened my mind and saw that Midnight's like tattoos and crazy shit was going on, and she battered Ella, killed the two other people in the room, and then fled out the window.
She also
we
leveled
kind
a door and took a bunch of pistol fire,
Yeah.
and didn't slow down.
And then basically the sniper and us decided we ended up following this trail of blood down one of the little stair things which had been forced open.
Yep.
Rocked up outside Stein's house and we're like, Stein, you're right, mate. And then, basically ended up with me going, well, clearly don't want me here. And I walked off while Lux and the sniper and one of his mates who was with us stayed at the door talking to him. I then went off into
A little corner.
adjacent building and decided, oh, fuck it, I'll just use Lost to summon Midnight.
And how
What could
that...
possibly go wrong?
Yeah. And
Yeah.
then, just as you use Lost to summon Midnight, Midnight lunged to jack the engine in, and basically, like, the weird started exploding. You opened a portal and pulled Midnight through it, and the weird explosion hits your portal and hits you full in the face.
Welding his crown to his head.
Oh no, he had the sensation of a booming voice and his crown growing scalding hot. We haven't
Oh, I thought you said it was well-
no physical effects. I'm gonna
Oh,
we haven't
okay.
yeah. Like, that's what it feels like. The sensation is, and for all you know, yeah, it's being welded to your head. You had a more adverse reaction than most people. Lux saw like walls kind of fractaling and spiraling off each other as if the world went through a Windows visualizer effect. And Jet Stein, everything like it felt like a bolt of lightning hit your entire body, and then you're just floating in like unconsciousness. And Midnight, yeah, you had like a weird thing where the giggling voice is like massively booming around in your head. And I think Tudor just got a glimpse of you with like this part of your face as Rachel's as you leapt through a portal, tattoos kind of squirming across your body, and then yeah, we faded to colour and light and the shrieking sounds of the maelstrom. But before we get into that, we do have one small bit of bookkeeping. So, if you will each go to your assorted character sheets and delete your highlights for the week, because we have some new ones to give out. So first of all, Lux, you have a 4-way tie.
Does that mean I get to choose?
That's the chat.
The chat already voted on this, for fuck's sake. And they
Yeah, I
get...
know, but I'm pretty sure there's an uneven number in there right now.
Ask the chat.
Alright,
Yeah, there's
Should've-
11 people in the chat. I
should've-
think that's
Wait, yeah.
fair.
Wait, did I have like 4 votes? And was it 1 vote?
4 votes, 1 vote each.
Good.
1 second, I can actually whip one of these straw balls up very quickly these days. Copy. I saved all of the presets for the thing, so I don't have to do anything other than just change the name, which is really nice. Great poll. Alright. Oh, so that's not Stein. That was in Midnight. It's Lux I want. What the hell am I doing? Lux. Create poll. Copy link address. Alright, chat. Rapid voting. Go, go, go. All of you could vote in that, no matter if you voted in the earlier ones. Tell me what you want for Lux. Stein! You can
Aye.
highlight your sharp.
Cool.
Midnight has also a 4-way tie. Jesus Christ.
They be trolling.
Thanks, guys.
Great poll. New one in the chat. What is that binging at me? Who is binging? And finally, Tudor!
Probably, I think that was me.
You can highlight your weird.
Thanks, guys. I think I
Okay.
may need this game.
So I'm going to just pull these two up. Oh, no, I don't want to do that. I wanted to open link a new tab. Oh, balls. Stupid way I've laid out my setup currently. Well, necessary way I've laid out my setup currently. And, okay. I'll keep my eyes on the results. Real helpful. Okay, right. Midnight seems to be pretty clear.
I'm on a 3-way tie now.
Yeah, you're on a 3-way tie. Midnight, just going from this one, you can highlight your hot.
Yay!
Yeah, of the 4 votes, all 4 are in hot. So fuck it. Midnight's vote
guys.
is closed.
I need another vote, people.
I'm gonna pick 2 of them and flip a coin because that seems reasonable and fair to me. Come here, you piece of shit.
You could just roll a d2.
I could actually roll D3, and then I wouldn't even have to pick 2.
Yes, and then everyone can see it on stream.
/r space
Attention.
1D3, not 1D23, 1D3.
Someone voted hard. Someone voted hard. Hard now has 3 votes. Deluxe.
Okay, Lux now has hard. Highlighted.
That's fine. I can deal with that.
Okay, alright. So, who has the best
Let's go
hex with
shoot
Lux?
some people.
I've got 3.
3.
Okay, so that's 2 3s. Midnight, you have.
I have 1.
Okay, so. Stein, pick 1 for Lux.
Lux, what's Lux got highlighted?
Hard.
Hard.
You can have sharp.
Yay!
Yeah, your mundane sense is going to be so useful where you are right now.
Or you can also highlight me weird now, because that's also +2.
Yeah.
So
Slowly doing the driver thing of turning every stat into sharp. Except hard. Nothing converts hard. You will always be violent with hard. There is no way to change that. Yeah.
it's fair.
Nothing replaces muscles in the world in the apocalypse world. You can replace psychic senses with regular senses, or the other way round. You can replace attractiveness with being a creepy fucker, but you can never replace muscles. They're just muscles. Who has the best hex with Midnight?
I have
3.
1.
2.
You have 3, Stein.
I have 3.
Oh, I should have given Lux's 1 to Tudor. I thought you would have less with everyone. But okay, yeah, pick 1 for Midnight. She has her hot highlighted.
Midnight can have her weird highlighted this week.
Yay!
Oh, come on. What? I had highlighted last week.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yes, it's still
The chat was like, we know that weird stuff's gonna happen to her, we want to help! Not realising that they in no way helped.
did not help.
You gained
Well,
you gained XP
tempting.
when you horribly failed weird rolls. It's fine.
Yeah.
And you might have some
brilliant.
more weird rolls to horribly fail this session, who knows? Other
I'm
than
going to
me.
be our Steve Goat for
I've
the day.
still got fucking. I still need to level up and choose another thing, and I still
Yeah,
have...
try and just type in chat, I think you've gained 1 XP since you gained those 5. So just consider yourself on 1. If you gain XP, type 2, then 3, then 4, so we can keep track of it. You just type a normal number in.
How is that going to be helpful in the chat? It's going to get
Not
lost.
not in Twitch chat, in Roll20 chat.
Oh, in
Because the Roll20 chat is archived, so I can see all of it. If I really cared, I could go back and probably count your XP with enough effort, but that would take a fair amount of time now that there are 6 previous sessions to go through. Okay. Who has the best hex with Tudor?
2.
1.
Okay. Midnight? Hex with Tudor?
Attention. Am I actually going to have the most hex with someone that never happens?
Sorry, I keep muting because Finbar told me to mute, and then my thing. Who?
Hex
Tudor.
with Tudor.
Who?
2. It's a tie between Midnight and Lux then. I'll give it to Lux, because you haven't had many. And I feel Midnight... No one will take advice from Midnight right now.
That's fair. Here my Tudor. What you've already got highlighted?
Weird.
I feel we're going to need some manipulation to not kill everyone here, so I'm going to do hot.
Uh-huh, let's go.
Because he can manipulate with his weird anyway, so it's fine.
Yup.
Yep. Okay, and finally, who has what hex with Stein?
2, I think.
Who?
Big fat 2.
Yeah, 2.
Okay. You guys have done none each. We're going with the rule. Actually... Tudor. Tudor can choose. Based upon Pure whim.
Stein.
Yeah.
This is biased against
What's he already got?
Sharp.
Yeah.
You can have hard.
Oh, God damn. Where's my weird?
Um,
Gotta get my weird on.
yeah, no, Chip. All of my favourite players' characters get the weird demonic stuff, like, happen to them, as happens in every campaign I've ever run. So yeah. When you get the weird shit thrown at you, that means I like your character. Because I feel the urge to put them through hell.
Thanks, Vin.
It's a pleasure. I think Johnny can vouch for my favourite characters in campaigns for my players getting weird junk done to them by demons or trees or yeah. It's fun shit. Okay, cool. So everyone has 2 stats highlighted. Make sure you know where you are. Make sure you have your XP totals up to date. Harms are all still the same because no real time has passed since the end of the last session and the beginning of this one.
So is
Yay.
the fortune roll still the same?
Yeah, we'll keep the fortune roll because I don't think it's really become relevant in this one. No one's had a chance to do any industry since last one. So yeah, we're going to pick up this scene. In the head of Lux.
Oh.
Yep. And you're asleep, and it's that feeling of like you're just coming round, waking up from like a nice lie-in or something. And yeah, you hear like in the just kind of as you're slowly waking up, you hear the sound of a voice singing the last bits of like, and I would walk 500 more. And yeah, you like kind of rub your eyes as you realize someone's shaking you, and you turn like to your left and you see silhouetted in the sunlight coming through your car window. You see Midnight. Except her name's not Midnight. That was weird. Why did you think that? Her name's Sarah. And yeah, she's shaking you, and she's singing along. Jamie, please hit the mute button. Holy God. Oh dear.
Rip it.
Yeah. Ah!
Ah!
Jamie, mute button. Mute your mic. Feedback. Jamie, please.
Yes, damn it! Look!
Jamie, react to our sentences.
Ah!
Jamie. Okay, this is bad.
So much pain.
Jamie? Hello? Jamie, can you hear us? Jamie, we're talking to you. Okay. I'm just gonna mute Skype for a moment, guys. Don't panic. Okay. Da-da-da-da.
Going next to an actual fan. Too many fans.
Fans everywhere. Okay, sorry about that. We're back. Brief technical issues. All good. Too many grills. Too many grills. It's Jenny who said that. I'm just taking from chat. Okay, yes. So yeah, you wake up and yeah, your girlfriend Sarah, weird that you thought her name was Midnight for a moment, is like driving along the wheel of your car. You're going through some like countryside road, sunlight filtering down through the trees overhead. In your big truck. And yeah, you remember, yeah, you're
I presume not armored, just a nice.
no, it's just like a big off-roading truck. Yeah, and you remember, oh yeah, you're basically running away from home because your dad isn't, your old family values aren't too big on lesbian relationships, and yeah, you're running away, and you've got the open road in front of you. You're gonna swing by your buddy Stein's to get some stuff, and yeah, off on a grand adventure to live a new life with the girl of your dreams. Yeah, and she's singing along, and yeah, so what do you guys do?
I think we're both just like singing along really stupidly badly,
Oh yeah.
and so it's just like because I can't sing, so therefore none of my characters can sing.
It's reasonable.
So it's like she's got the look of horror. I think maybe actually Sarah can probably can sing. And I'm just like, going, and I will walk 500 miles. And it's just like, why am I doing this?
Why am I with this colossal fuck? Yeah. So
But
because
like in the fun way.
yeah, so Midnight. How is Sarah acting? As Lux's supposed girlfriend in this scene. Well, is. The two of you are very much in love. You've run away together to be together forever and ever. Told you it's gonna get weird. So yeah, lots of singing, lots of dancing around in the cab as much as you can while still driving a car. And yeah, sunshine, trees, all over the place. Yeah.
And it's completely normal to me.
I think for an instant it's not, and then it suddenly is. You remember a life that Lux never had. You don't remember that you're supposed to be the right hand of a man named Tudor. You just remember you've got an overbearing dad and people who don't approve of your relationships, and you're like, fuck it. I've got a big car. I can drive faster than anyone else.
Cool.
Open road and things I care about. All I need. So you booked it. Yeah. So yeah, you kind of like you're driving along, and yeah, you pull into like services for fuel or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's the model of the modern day. And again, there's that weird thing of you look at a shop and like the amount of shit on the shelves, just like of every concoction and kind. You're just like for an instant, it's entirely alien to you that this much plenty exists.
Yeah.
And then it's fine. This is just how it works. This is the real world. And yeah,
So, yeah, I think I probably I probably actually end up buying quite a lot of food.
Yeah.
I just end up like actually kind of almost just like,
yeah, and you like look at your wallet.
I'm buying a lot of just.
You look at
kind
your
of
wallet. You've
crap.
got like plenty of money, and you're like, oh yeah, paper money. That's a thing. Yeah, and
I buy a barter's worth of chocolate.
yeah, but yeah, you buy a shit ton of chocolate bars.
Yeah.
You like pay for it, and you turn around and you see like over getting you guys coffee. Sarah went off to get you guys coffee, and she's this guy is like leaning over the top of her, and yeah, I think for an instant it strikes you as weird that, like, again, Midnight isn't kicking his ass, and you're like, of course Sarah isn't kicking his ass, what? Again. But yeah, like, this guy's leaning over Sarah and kind of being a bit of a douche, like, very much invading her personal space. What do you do?
Cool.
By the way, you do not have a gun.
Okay, cool. I don't have a gun.
Yeah, maybe you reach for that,
Yeah.
and you go, what the fuck?
Cool. So yeah, in that situation, probably just kind of walk over to Tudor and Tudor. Avoiding the slip there. Walk over to Sarah and just kind of grab her hand and just like, let's get the fuck out of here.
Does
I basically just ignore the big. I literally
Yeah.
just walk up there, completely ignoring him, grab her hand, and just kind of go to pull her off.
yeah, the guy kind of turns and he goes, you got an issue there, little lady? You can come too if you like. Well, I've got a few friends who wouldn't mind having a go on the uglier one. And he goes back to leering at Sarah. Yeah, Sarah stroke Midnight. Because this is partially influenced by Midnight's actual character. What is she doing? This meeker and milder version of Midnight, who cares about Lux. What's she doing as she gets harassed by this dude? Also, you have no gun, but in your world, in this time and place, that doesn't even strike you as weird.
Midnight's just kind of. She's definitely not being as sassy as she usually is. In
Yeah,
terms of being like, oh my god, will you just please just go away?
Mm.
She's kind of taking it, and it's just like, okay,
yeah,
I deserve this. I'm a terrible person.
yeah.
Could I read this charge situation?
Absolutely.
This. Okay.
Hit me with that roll. I'm on the right page on here. That is a 7.
Yes. God damn that +2. Yes.
That's too sharp, man.
Cool. And I am going to ask, where's my best escape route?
You're in a public place. The front door. Just grab her, like, push him away and leave. I mean, if he follows you, your best escape route is getting quickly to your car before he does.
Cool.
Yeah, but you basically just want to move quickly and with as little fuss as possible to your car.
Cool. Yeah, in which case, yeah, I'm just gonna probably go to Sarah. Just ignore him. We can run him over later.
Yeah.
And just kind of pull her away. Just
Yeah, I
basically
think
keep ignoring him.
he grabs Sarah's arm as she goes to move away, and is like, hey, let's not do anything hasty here. And he kind of jerks his thumb over his shoulder, like towards, like, you see two other guys who are a little smaller than him. One of them looks like just kind of despairing. The other one's like, gives you like the wink of the ultimate douchebag, as you get indicated. And you can see, like, that he's got, like, a beer bottle in hand that they've evidently been, and there's another, like, half-filled one on the table. You've got enough senses to know it's supposed to be. Two of them are drinking, one of them's driving.
Yeah.
And yeah, he goes, should totally come back with us and have a few rounds, ladies.
I'll tell you, like, let's put like, fuck's sake. I'll tell you what. I'll race you to the next gas station. We'll drink with you if you can keep up.
Yeah, give me a seduce manipulate, I guess. Technically, I'm gonna make you make the roll. I like it though.
It's totally gonna fail now.
Boom. Fail. It does
Didn't
not.
fail.
Yeah. Sarah/Midnight, do you wish to assist that roll? Because that will bring up to a 10 a full success.
I go for it.
Okay, roll 2d6 plus your hex with Lux. Boom. Yeah, no side effects. Yeah, you get that 10. Yeah, he's like, I like the sound of it. He walks over to the others and goes like, yeah, John, you're driving. Let's go. We're gonna race these broads to the next station. Yeah, they head to their car. He kind of gives you like a jaunty little wave and a leering like once over of Sarah as he hops into the back of the car, and they start pulling off. Yeah.
I probably flip him off
Good.
as
Good.
I put the foot to the floor and
Yeah.
flip him off.
I'm trying to think what role this is.
I would probably say acting under fire. That he's
Yeah,
gonna
the
catch
fire
up.
is losing the race. Yeah, so give me your no shit driver roll. So roll your cool
2d6
plus something insane.
3. It's 2d6. It's 2d6 plus 3.
Okay, that's not actually that crazy.
I only have plus 1 cool.
Yeah, you can just use the stats of the McCrane-mobile on the armor.
Oh, I needed that plus 3.
You did. Acting under fire, does that have any specific... No. Flinch, hesitate, or stall. Yeah. I think it's actually as you're pulling ahead, and your heart starts to pound, as it often does when you go all, like, kind of boy racer. And yeah, like, but it keeps getting faster, and suddenly, like, your finger starts to hurt as you look down, and, like, your middle fingernail is, like, falling off. Like, it's on the wrong side for Sarah to see, but yeah, and your heart rate keeps pumping and pumping and pumping until it feels like it's going to explode in your chest. And you get this incredible urge to basically just turn around and hit him. And, like, run him off the road. What do you do?
Chat, this is for you. I run him off the road.
Alright, seize by force, please, with your car.
That's another 2d6 plus 3. Get to mark XP.
Boom!
Yay!
Yeah, so pick as many things as you like. Well, 3 things I believe it is off that list.
I'm gonna go with definite hold, little harm, and impress, dismay, or frighten. I don't actually want to kill them.
Okay.
So I just
Yeah, you round them off the... Like, the thing is, you don't but like it's that thing of you're way too into what you're doing. You spin around, like execute a ridiculous handbrake turn that belongs in a Fast and Furious movie. Hit the gas, like Sarah / Midnight. How is Sarah doing in the passenger seat of this car as Lux like U-turns and charges this car
also
down?
Probably before this just happened, I say, you know what I said earlier, and then do it. We'll run him over later.
Yeah. How is she reacting to this?
Just, pretty calm considering she has
Yeah, she holds on.
full confidence in Lux's driving ability.
Yeah. So yeah, you hit this car. Yeah, you guys get rocked, but you're pretty okay. There's some scratches to the bodywork, and this car flies off the side. And yeah, like you wrench it round and just hit them right in like the top of the one of the front two wheels. And that car like careens off, hits a ditch, and like that one guy who was harassing you like staggers out. Yeah, and like kind of the back seat and like falls over in the road. What do?
Yell out, "Stop being a prick!" and then drive off.
He kind of looks at you like, "You crazy bitch!" Yeah, just to point out,
I'm already like,
yeah, your crazy like level of I want to hurt him has not gone away. If anything, it's just gotten like if the equivalent is you're running hot, it's gone hotter. Yeah, like I think Sarah / Minute, you can actually see like you can feel heat radiating off of Lux actually. Like it's almost like kind of sunburn. You know when you put your hand over someone who has sunburn, you can feel the heat come off their skin. It's like that, but all over Lux, and they haven't been out in the sun that much. Yeah, just so you know.
Cool. I think in that case, I'm probably just like driving hard, like so.
Yeah.
It's like it's aggressive driving, definitely not obeying speed limit.
Yeah.
Away from the scene.
Yeah, I think yeah. So you get a good chunk away. Yeah, like rocketing around at like 100 miles an hour, give or take, down little back alleys and country roads and stuff. Yeah, just kind of intently like white-knuckled on the wheel. Yeah, Sarah, how are you dealing with that? That's not quite so standard. Midnight's pretty just okay with violence, even in this nice version of the world where not everyone is a dick. She's like, yeah, fuck it, that guy deserved it.
This is like the normality. So
yeah,
in her world, so she's just like,
don't tackle people.
Yeah, whatever.
Get one off.
Yeah, your real world memories are serving you better than your fake world ones are here. But yeah, so you get a chunk away, and yeah, like just as you kind of like eventually are slowing down, yeah, the car like gets like a judder and something clunks around. You can tell like it's something mechanical has gone wrong in the like, and yeah, the slowly just like freewheels to a stop. What do?
Get out and lift up the hood.
Yeah. Think as you get out, yeah, you like.
Is there a head in there?
Is there what? Sorry.
Is there a head in there?
No. Yeah, as you like get out and you slam the door shut, you look in like maybe catch yourself up in like with the mirror or something, and yeah, like your pupils are like super dilated. Like to the point you can only just see like the rim of like. What color eyes does Lux have?
Blue. Wait. Grey, apparently.
Okay, yeah, you
Grey.
can see this like grey band around like basically just this black fucking hole. And yeah, for a moment you get like this flash of like as you see the grey, like your dad kind of like slamming his hand into his table and saying, "You break up with that girl. You're gonna back to school, and god damn it, you're gonna do right by this family." And then like you cut back to your real world, this like out of that memory, and yeah, like your heart is still beating really fast. Real world. Yeah, your heart beating really fast, and yeah, you look down at your finger again, and yeah, your fingernail has just fallen off, and like your finger has actually grown, like this middle finger has grown like in length. Yeah, like you can almost see what. Actually, it starts to like kind of itch and scratch, and like you pulling on it, and like it feels like the knuckle is like stretching out of your hand. Yeah, you walk around to the hood and open it up, and like a blast of steam catches you in the face, which is, and as the steam kind of dissipates, we will transition over to Tudor.
Oh joy.
Yeah, being shaken. Also, like you're waking up and you're like, holy crap, that like crazy woman leapt through a portal at me, and then you open your eyes and you see your wife Helen. And your real life slots into place. You forget all about your like pulse pounding level of, oh god, the super strength monster is going to eat me, into, yeah, you're 55 years old. You're the current ruler of the Great British Empire. You and your wife Helen have been in charge for 30 years now. You've led it from strength to strength. It's you've got, it's your youngest daughter's wedding day.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah. King Tudor, first of his name. And yeah, so like this kind of like this face that you just remember is like, your wife like kind of looks down at you and goes, "Alright, come on, sleepyhead, best get the fuck out of bed. We've got things to do. Regal things." Yeah, so yeah, you remember like actually Helen is someone you've actually known, well, pretty much the only friend who you've known ever since you were a young kid, and people basically turned up and told you were an illegitimate child of the king, and all the rest were dead, so you were made the new king, and she kind of came with you and became your queen. Yeah, so you've known her all your life, so she never has stood on any royal pretense. She does the regal thing in public, but around you, you're an old married couple, basically.
Right.
Yeah. So you guys like, you start to get up, and a few like servants bustle in and bring in like some breakfast and stuff, and you eat together and like chat about the day, and so like the beginning preparations are being made for your daughter Lux's wedding. And it's all very strange. You get handed like some intelligence reports talking about like the recent like there's some terrorist activity on the corner of like in certain parts of the empire, led by like this mysterious like revolutionary figure who no one's really entirely sure if he exists, called Cecil. But you've been like, he's a minor annoyance, but he's getting kind of bold, and a few people got injured in the last big demonstration. He like set fire to some civil buildings, and people like were quite badly burnt in the process. And so that's kind of mildly sours the day of your youngest daughter's wedding, but you know. And so you kind of keep talking, and Helen notices that you seem like reading this report, seem quite down about it, and she tries to distract you, talking about she just starts throwing random like wedding stuff at you about like, oh yeah, so we have to do this, and you remember the words you have to say, right? You understand? And she like forces you to rehearse like the kind of like royal ceremony parts of what you have to do. And so tell me how Tudor feels in probably the most normal moment we've ever seen him. And he's not really aware that this is anything different from every other morning of his life, but I'm curious. How does Tudor feel on the most normal morning of his life?
A mixture of tiredness, concern about the uprising on the edge of the empire, just kind of flickering at the back of his mind. But his main concern is that he's giving away his darling daughter today.
Yeah, you know. So yeah, you get up and start to move about the day. As you kind of get outside, like you move into like your dressing room, and a few servants bustle in. There's a guy who looks an awful lot like Greg and his husband, like come in, and like his husband actually is like your tailor essentially. Greg has kind of always been like the quiet one who just carries like all his assorted gear and things. But they're always very nice people. Yeah, and they start like fitting you for outfits. There's a rap at the door, and East Harrow like pops his head in. I mean, he's not East Harrow here. Like, again, why did you think that? Again, he's a John, and he kind of just puts his head like just into the door without actually looking, and goes, "Sir, you're required in the throne room," and shuts the door like politely. Greg's husband takes us like I forget what Greg's husband's name was, but he takes us like okay. He speeds up. He finishes fitting you and says, "Okay, you're ready now, sir. Some of my best work ever, if I do say myself." Like, yeah, you look very resplendent in like full kind of military regalia, assorted like medals and such from your early years of service, as when you were back in the days of proving yourself as a legitimate prince, service in the military and such. Yeah, and you wander outside, and Margaret descends on you with more reports and things she needs you to sign, and it's a typical morning in the life of the king of the empire. You're very, very busy, but there's kind of the air of like, okay, let's get this shit out of the way because you've got a big day ahead. We get that. And Jay, you're walking, so you've got like on kind of Margaret on one side, John on the other, like in his like business suit. You can see from where you're standing like the little gun holster underneath his like in his armpit, essentially where he's your bodyguard. And Jay, you're walking along. And as you round a corner, you feel like a cold breeze, and possibly like something like wet land on like the back of your neck. And yeah, what do you do?
Immediately raise my hand to feel.
Yeah, like it feels like kind of like rain or snow, but you're inside. Like it's just land on the back of your neck. You get that chill down the back of your spine of like, oh god. Like when you get like that one unexpected drop of rain. Yeah, but you're inside in the middle of a stone corridor, and you're in Buckingham Palace. So why is that there?
Okay, so
Snowing inside doesn't happen, does it?
No, that doesn't. It's not normal, that.
Mm.
So I kind of look around to see if anyone else has noticed anything.
Yeah.
Out of the ordinary.
So as you turn around, you see East Harrow. And this time you know him as East Harrow. And he's not in a business suit. He's dressed in, like, scraped away, like, old medieval plate mail. And, like, the visor of it is, like, clawed apart. And you can just see, like, this part of his face. And he's, like, staring at you. And instead of, like, the usual deferential respect. And, like, even, like, in this instant, you remember him the way he was and you are. As Tudor and East Harrow. Instead of the deferential respect and admiration, there is nothing in, like... There's nothing but, like... emptiness. Where usually there was emotion, his eyes just he's glaring at you, and it's like the only thing you can really read from it is accusatory. And yeah, what do you do?
So I know I'm normal.
Yeah, at this instant, while keeping eye contact with this spectre, you know who you are and you know who he is. And the rest of the world has kind of fallen quiet. Like, the temperature plummets for you. It turns back to what it should be. The happy sounds of a cheerful castle and, like, birds outside all fades out. And yeah, you're just staring down this, like, spectre of a dead man.
Okay. So everything's kind of slowed down.
Yeah, it's like the world kind of got put on mute, maybe, or like it just becomes such a back thing in your head because as a practiced psychic, you know it's not real in this instant. And as you know it's not real, it stops. There's no reason for it to continue without you participating. So I think actually part of you even knows you could just turn away. You could just go to this life. What that may do, who knows?
Nah, I'm gonna kind of. At this point, Shida kind of walks towards the Phantom,
Yeah.
grasps it by the shoulders, and opens my mind to the maelstrom.
Give me that weird roll, son. Boom. Yeah. So you open your mind to the maelstrom, the swirling like vortex of emotion, and basically like unrestrained soul. It's essentially just like, I think maybe you have an epiphany in this place. Like when you open your mind to the maelstrom, this world like explodes into color and sound. And I always think your version of the maelstrom was always a little more refined or specific than maybe Stein's was. He saw like the truth in the patterns. You constructed a mind palace with which you could in which you could find answers. But here there is no need to fake it. This place is pure maelstrom, and it's just essentially emotion and memory. What you exist in right now, like you are somehow physically inside the psychic maelstrom, and within it, this place has been built from the memories of the living and the dead, and all of their hopes and fears and dreams and wants, including your own. Like this entire place seems to flow through you as its perceptive filter. And
So can I like
yeah, and in this moment you
conjure
also
things effectively at the moment?
we'll get to that. It's not necessarily an active process you're controlling. It's just it's
Right. Okay.
yeah. This is as if someone else is using augury, but on a scale you've never considered. And yeah, the other thing you remember, actually, and the feeling you get from East Harrow is that while this entire place is swirling, conjured emotion, throwing through everything, like everything and everyone could ever feel, flourished around you. Indeed, your own form is basically made of that. East Harrow is a hole in that flow. He is complete and utter darkness where there was light. And you see like the armor, like outlined as a shape against it, is like pushing the light away from him. And yeah, the final thing you know is you remember Helen, not as your wife in this world, but as your actual childhood friend. Of the girl Tudor had a bit of a crush on, and chased into the tundra outside his little town when he was a kid, and she was gone for too long. And then the next thing you remember, whoever Tudor was before then went into that blizzard. And you don't remember anything else until you walked out of it, Tudor the king to be. But it's weird because you didn't remember Helen at all. In this world, or in the previous one, until this very moment. And yeah, at that point I think you get a hand on your shoulder, and like a sir, and as you turn, like the temperature rises, the colour returns, East Harrow fades to the back of your mind, and John appears on your other side, as you're pulled away from East Harrow by this version of East Harrow. And he goes, "Sir, are you okay?" And yeah, gone. You are King Tudor again. First of his name.
Yeah, I was like, yeah, fine. Just got distracted for a moment. Let's continue.
I imagine. I remember the day my daughter got married. I was mildly worried I was going to shoot the groom right there on the spot. Luckily, he's been alright to her. We're waiting for the day he fucks up.
I understand the feeling.
Yeah. So yeah, you guys keep walking, and we're gonna take a quick break there. Actually, before we take a quick break, you kind of turn around a corner and we get a fade into white as we pick up as Sarah, but this time through the perception. Midnight wakes up and remembers her life as Sarah, head of the Midnight Conglomerate, a multinational business, and where she's basically, and yeah, you kind of remember it's like the life of you being the powerful manipulator in the apocalypse fades to you being the powerful manipulator of the world economy. And yeah, you kind of sit up in your office on top of, like, you look out the window and you realise the city of London stretches before you, and like, for a moment, Midnight's mind is there, basically just like screaming in like, what the fuck is this alien place with skyscrapers and the sunshine and rivers and teeming with people. And then it snaps down and you go, this is your town, this is your city, this is where you run the show, basically. Politicians, businessmen, all of them answer to Midnight. And Jay, you turn around to see, like Ella, your bodyguard, slouched on a chair in the corner, kind of looking around, regarding this rather nervous-looking man who's just walked in kind of a lab coat with some tools tucked away, who's not quite, like, brushed his hair properly into place. And for instant, you remember his name is Stein, before you remember that you don't know a Stein. And this guy just works for you in your R&D department, and he's apparently here about a project. That's where we'll go to break. We'll come back in a bit. I fucking love this weird shit. It's great.